Hey everyone, so you're probably wondering why I'm in the same outfit and have the same hair as I did in my previous college couture video, and that's actually because I'm trying to film some of these together so that all the stuff that's going around in my brain I don't lose. I'm just trying to make sure that I have everything together. So this particular video is actually going to be about classes and what to bring to them. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this, and so we can just go ahead and get started because I don't want this video to be too long. So classes in CC are a little bit different than in high school. You still sit in a big room with a bunch of kids and the professor teaches, all of you, and you can obviously raise your hand if you have a question or anything like that, which I do want to just jump off on a side note really quick. Questions are like key in college. I know in high school, you get made fun of and stuff if you raise your hand and ask too many questions and the teacher gets frustrated and everything and everybody else is getting frustrated. In college, I kid you not, it does not matter how many times you raise your hand, how many questions you ask, because they want you to know the correct answer to things. They want you to know how to do things, because if you're there and you have a question about something and then you have a test later that day and you did not ask about it, or you couldn't figure out how to do it, that's going to be on you, because the teachers will tell you if you have a question. They don't care. Raise your hand. Stop in the middle of the class, ask a question. It's totally fine. They want to, explain it to you better. So with that being said, definitely asking questions is the best thing you can do in college. It doesn't matter how many. Your question may sound stupid to you, but you know what? There could be somebody on the other side of the classroom or sitting right next to you who has the same exact question but is too afraid to ask. So if you have a question, just ask. And I learned that the hard way, and yeah, I wish that somebody had told me that. But yes, it's such a good thing to ask questions. Nobody will care how many questions you ask. Doesn't matter. Okay, so classrooms. The typical size classrooms for a CC is usually 25 to 30. I've actually been in classrooms much smaller than that. I've been in classrooms larger than that. It just depends on how many kids the teacher agrees to have in her classroom. It also depends on how many people sign up for the class. So there's never any really set amount of students, at least at my school. I don't know if it is in all community colleges, but as far as I know, the student level in the classroom kind of varies depending on the class. I've been in a few classrooms where I can't think of the word. It's not an auditorium, but all the seating is kind of like this and you're all stacked up, and then the professor's down here with the big whiteboard and everything. Those are probably the bigger classes that I've been in, and those are definitely, totally fine. And then there's classes I've been in where everybody, like 2 people to a table or whatever, all set up in like 4 rows, and that's kind of like high school classes. And some of them you have your own chair with your own little table thingy on it. It really just depends on your school. It also just depends on how many kids are attending that year, and they will try and cut costs here and there by having people at multiple tables, or if they have their own chairs, that's great. But all the classrooms at my school kind of vary, but those are the 3 basic seating arrangements that I have in my class. Attendance in the classroom. In my experience, when you come into the classroom, most people usually try to come at least 5 to 10 minutes early. 10's kind of pushing it because some people go from class to class, but at least 5 minutes early, because that gives you a chance to get settled in. It gives you a chance to pull out your books and everything, because I kid you not, as soon as the professor comes into the room, he starts teaching. He starts attendance, and he gets the ball rolling, because they only have a set amount of time to teach you whatever they need to teach you for that block. So definitely, if you can, get into the classroom a few minutes early so you can get all your stuff out and not be fumbling with things once the teacher comes in and starts trying to teach everybody. Attendance is a really big thing, especially if you're on financial aid, which the rules are a little bit different if you're on that. There's a certain amount of days that you are allowed to miss on financial aid before they will take it from you. But in a regular CC, if you're not on any kind of financial aid, you are only allowed to miss, I believe, 3 days a month. At least at my school, you're only allowed to miss 3 days a month. And if you miss more than that, you will fail the class. They don't mess around with that at all. So as soon as the professor comes in, he will call roll, he'll call the attendance, and everybody answers whatever, and they get on with the class. And then at the end of the class, he'll actually call attendance again to see who came in late, to see if, if they just did not show up at all, because some people, like I said, come from class to class and actually come a couple minutes late. It still counts as being at the class. but I believe they get points marked off for being late with some of the professors. So yeah, but when it comes to financial aid, there is a even tinier window of how many days you actually have allotted that you can miss without it yanking your financial aid. So definitely keep that in mind. Attendance is certainly a big thing. So if you're really bad at getting yourself up for high school and you have to have your parents do it, like, you need to set like 6 alarms, set them around your room or something, because attendance in college is a big thing. Now, as far as what to bring to class, that is pretty simple. You basically, all you're going to want for each class is whatever the book that corresponds with the class. You definitely want to bring your syllabus that you got at the beginning of the school year, because in that, the professors, at least my professors, they usually reference back to the syllabus. If they have something that a date they need to change or a test that needs to be changed, they will have you take your syllabus out and mark it in there. And if you don't have it, obviously you can write a note or whatever, but they definitely want to see you using the syllabus so that they know that they haven't wasted their time, and they know that you don't have an excuse if you miss something because you've got that syllabus. So definitely keep your syllabus and definitely always bring the book to that corresponding class. Other than that, just bring like 2 pencils, maybe 1 pen, and whatever your notebook is to write notes down. Other than that, you're really not going to need anything else in the classes, unless it's like an art class and they specifically say you're going to need markers or paint or, you know, certain type of pencils or pens or something like that. For just a normal class like math or English or anything, all you need is your English book, your syllabus, your pen, your paper. You're good to go. You don't need to bring, like, you know, your entire desk with you or your entire locker with you or anything like that. So yeah, if you're going to be taking multiple classes one after the other, definitely, obviously, you're going to have to put all your stuff in your backpack and carry all your books and everything around. But if you take your classes throughout the day kind of spaced out, there's no need to bring in all your books at once, okay? There's just no need for that. So definitely, I would say pack light when you're going to class, because you don't want to be lugging around a bunch of, you know, stuff in your backpack, because it gets really heavy and it's really annoying to have to pack everything back in there, run to your class, take it all out, pack everything back in there, run to the next class. It's just really frustrating. So definitely keep that in mind. I would just, you know, the key would be to pack light when you're going to school. Also, if you are going to be going to school, for like if you go in the morning and you take like 4 or 5 classes in a row, definitely pack yourself some snack or, you know, a drink or something like that, because they do have vending machines there. But as far as my CC goes, the stuff in our vending machines is really not healthy. And honestly, like, I am not the picture of health, but if I eat like a bag of chips or a candy bar or something, I just feel so bleh. Once like my 2nd or 3rd class comes around, it's just really tiring. Ugh, and I just don't like it. So I would definitely say bring your own snack. Bring an apple, bring like an energy bar or a fruit bar or a nut bar or something like that, because those will definitely keep you going, and it won't like make you feel heavy. It won't weigh you down or anything, make you feel bloated and ugh. So that's definitely a big thing. It's definitely a snack if you're going to be there for a long period of time. It's basically all the information that I have for you guys pertaining to classes and what to bring to your class. It's very, very basic. I know this video, there was not a whole lot of information, but I hope that it was interesting for you guys. And again, if you have any questions about classes or what to bring to class, definitely leave them in the comments below, and I will get back to them as soon as I can. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!